Here we are, day 8. I want to take a moment to celebrate you. Yes, you made it past your first week. Now, I want you to think about what state you were in before starting this challenge and see the subtle changes from then to now. What were your wins? What were your losses? What were the ahas? And did any of these shift your intentions? If so, how? Those are some questions that you can start pondering on, and I'll leave them in the description down below. But regardless, be proud of all the movement you've been doing energetically behind the scenes, even though it hasn't shown physically yet. It's coming. Stay with it. We still got lots more to dive into, so let's go. Today, we'll be touching on the powerful energy of the sun. Now, I know that you don't necessarily need me to tell you how powerful the sun can be. We all have our own relationship with it. And we can immediately feel it on our skin when we step outside and it's bright and sunny out, especially if you live in San Diego. We can feel we can feel its warmth and how it lights up your eyes if you're standing in just the right angle. But being that it's winter during this time of this recording, we're going to need to get as much as we can from it. Because as you probably have heard, the sun is our natural source of vitamin D. And more of us are vitamin D deficient because of the cars and the houses and the buildings that we live, work, and play in. The busy lives we have, right? Most people with vitamin D deficiency don't notice any symptoms. And those possible symptoms can include getting illnesses or infections more often, feeling tired or fatigued, hair loss, that was me, muscle pain, also me, lower back pain, feelings of depression or low mood, a lot of us, I feel, wounds that heal slowly following surgery, infection, or injury, bone pain, increased sensitivity to pain, a tingly pins and needles sensation in the hands or feet, waddling while walking due to muscle weakness in the hips or legs, muscle twitches or tremors, muscle spasms, even bowed legs when this deficiency is super severe. And you know what? These lists of symptoms tell me that I could have easily blamed these on my circumstances, like the lack of sleep or stress from being a single parent or just like anything really. All that whole list of symptoms could be something that I could blame my life, right? The circumstances of my life on if I had those. That's what I usually think, right? And I didn't know that majority of these could be solved by just standing in the sun for 10 to 20 minutes every day. This is why I've made it a rule to myself that all of my hot girl walks must be outside. I should get as much sun as I can. And now I'm just like craving for the sun. Now I'm like a sun addict. I have to at least spend an hour outside every day now because I looked at the sun as energy, right? I looked at it as normally we could just go through our day and then, you know, not really thinking about it. It's like, oh, okay, that's this time. Oh, the sun's going down, blah, 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 right? We live our lives and then we don't really stop to think about how much the sun gives to us, how much it just, gives us life, right? You think about plants. Some plants, they thrive. They need to thrive from the sun, having some sunlight, even if it's like indoor plants, outdoor plants, whatever, right? The nature shows all of it. And so I took this on this past summer. I was like, I am not going to get the winter blues. No way. That's not me. So I'm going to get as much sun energy as I can. So every day I spent an hour out by the pool reading and just soaking it in and letting the energy just fuel me. Every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. And so then the hair loss went away, the low moods went away, the muscle weakness went away, you know? As much as I like worked out or did all that I can and like to quote unquote force things to happen, I kind of just surrendered and just like, hey, let's see what the sun actually can do. So, yeah, this today's lesson, we get to use the sun's energy. And, just as much as some of us go and keep track of where the moon is and how far the moon is going, what phase the moon is in, and all of that stuff, some of us don't necessarily celebrate the sun as much. So, in this lesson, we are celebrating and honoring and opening ourselves up to a deeper relationship to the power of sun energy. And you can take this as far as I took it with even my food, I stopped eating foods that didn't have sun energy. I eat all the foods that's in the middle aisles of the store. Of course, I didn't do this overnight. It was a practice. And when I'm eating as ceremony and I'm really present to like how much sun these vegetables, you know, even the meat has gotten. So I started picking higher quality meats and proteins. I just think of everything. The sun can come, like every way that the sun's energy can come into me and nurture me and give me life. So I hope this inspires you to help you start to open up and see where and how the sun gives you life. What benefits that you can get out of absorbing the sun's energy. I'm super excited for you to try on this like more natural way of healing rather than going into a spiral of something's wrong with me. How can I fix this? Like going into like, let's force something to happen that's like man-made, like let me just listen to what so-and-so is saying and, including myself. I understand, but just be open. You don't want you don't want to keep living your life out of something's wrong with me. I'm unworthy. I'm undeserving. More of like, hey, what is out here that's already for me? Duh, the sun. The sun rises for everyone each and every day and sets each and every night so that we have some time with the moon, it's just so beautiful, these natural cycles. And so I will touch on a little bit later, but this is just a seed that's being planted of having you be open to how much the sun's energy impacts our lives. And we have this beautiful option to go outside every day to absorb the sun's generous, loving, and dependable energy to permeate every fiber of our being. And just let the healing and nurturing begin from there. So awesome. So awesome and so cool. Let me know in the description or in the comments down below what your relationship to the sun is, how palpable and intimate it is, or if you're willing to have it be intimate. And, seeing if there's any other points of access when you allow sun, the presence of the sun's energy collaborate with yours. As always, we always go as far as we are safe enough, supported enough, and willing, ready and willing enough, or in pain enough. That is where change can happen. That is where we grow right into our edges. Okay? I know y'all probably get sick and tired of this quote, and this will be your saving grace when things get super tough and you would know what to look for. So much love to you guys. I will see you tomorrow.